The next question is why do we need another opposition party? Don't we have enough? We have every election we'll see so many parties. Why have another one, PSP? Why didn't Dr. Tan just join Workers' Party or join the SDP, and then we'll have three main parties, right? WP, SDP, and PAP. Why dilute the opposition vote, and why do we need to add to the messiness?
Okay, actually, in Singapore, our country, for the longest time, there was only one dominant party, right? So actually, our democratic development or the democratic development process have actually barely started, right? And there are many talents, among Singaporeans. That's one thing that we want to challenge the government also, and say that you don't have monopoly of talents. There are more talents outside government than inside government. Okay.
All right.
So the problem in the past, or one of the hesitation, is that many of these talents didn't step forward. Okay, to take part in this political process. Okay, so one of the objective of PSP is actually, Dr. Tan said, is to create a movement. Okay, so that more talented Singaporeans can step forward. And if more talented Singaporeans step forward, then maybe Francis Yun and myself can retire after the next election. Okay, yeah, right. So because more talented Singaporeans will be here, and there are a lot of talented Singaporeans. Okay, so because of that, I think it's probably a bit too much to say that why we need another opposition party, and things like that. I think we can afford to have many more opposition parties. But I think our fellow voters will be very discerning, okay, and from the parties they will be able to differentiate the parties they want to support and the parties they don't want to support. So let it be a process, a competitive process, even for the opposition parties or the alternative parties. There ought to be a process. We are not just competing against PAP, but we should be also, while we are very friendly, as you can see that in the last few elections, there are very few three-corner fights, right?
Right.
Okay. So actually, it's not a wasting of. There's no wastage of votes at all, because we are friendly with one another. At the same time, we are competing with one another because sometimes we have different values, we have different approaches, we have different development strategy we want to introduce into the country. So we should allow 100 flowers to blossom. Okay, so it is too early to say, why we need another opposition party. I think the democratic process and the voting process, the election process will take care of itself, will take care of this. Okay, eventually we will settle into a few parties. And I don't think it's just WP and ourselves also. I think SDP and some other parties, they should continue to present themselves to the voters. And by their presence, I think we can learn from them as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's just not one party. Yeah.
I agree. That wasn't my question. That was an audience question, and I completely agree with your answer as well. Okay. Yeah. Because I mean, it's good for the opposition as well if there are many parties, so it keeps each party on their toes as well. So I don't think, and anyway, voters will sort the situation out. Right?
Yeah,
they will.
And also, you do not know how our political and democratic process will evolve. Okay, right. We can't take it for granted that because of the Westminster system, definitely there will be two strongest party and they fight against one another. This may not be the formula for our country. We never know.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe in the future we have a few parties that's always talking to one another, and we always have a national unity government.
Right.
You know what I mean? That may be good for Singapore. We never know.
Right. Right. Yeah. So I mean, all those I think are not beyond the realm of possibility. Definitely, we should explore that.